Hey guys, my name is Scoby and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to set up and install Ymir, which is a Sega Saturn emulator for your PC. This will allow you to play Sega Saturn games directly on your computer. Let's jump right into this. So the first thing we're doing is opening up our web browser and we're going to be coming to this link. Links as always are in the description down below, and this is going to be for the Ymir GitHub. Once we're here, we're going to be coming to the releases option here on the right side. We're then going to be clicking on the latest version, which at the time of recording is 0.2.1. We're going to be scrolling all the way down to the bottom, and then we're going to be downloading the Windows version. Now, depending on your system, you will either need the AVX2 or the SSE2. Most likely what you'll need is the AVX2 version. If this doesn't work, I would recommend trying the SSE2, but most likely the AVX2 version will work for you. We're going to be left clicking this and let that download. While we have our web browser open, we're also going to be coming to this link. This is going to be for 7-zip if you don't already have it. We're going to be coming here, clicking download, and we're going to be letting that download begin. So once everything is downloaded, I just moved all of my stuff to a new folder for easy access. The first thing I'm going to be doing is installing 7-zip. So we're going to look for our 7-zip exe, double click it, click yes on the Windows pop-up that shows up, select an install location. I'm just going to be leaving it on my C drive, click install, click close, and then 7-zip will be installed. Now from this point, outside of the Ymir download that we just have, there are two other file types that we will be needing. One is the BIOS file and the second is game files. The first thing I'll be looking at is the BIOS file, and I will mention up front I will not be showing you in today's video where to download the BIOS file, but a BIOS file is needed for Ymir. It basically acts as a system file for your Sega Saturn that you will need to be able to run games. Now it can come in a couple different formats depending on the region of the BIOS, however it'll most likely be in a .bin file. I'll be showing you how to install this in Ymir a little bit later, but you'll first need to source and get your own BIOS file. The second thing we're going to be needing is of course games, and I will also say I will not be showing you where to download games either. You will need to source your own game files. However, if you download your game files, they will most likely come in a .7-zip or a .rar format, and we will first need to extract those out before being able to play them in Ymir. You'll know if they're in this format if they say .7z, or if the little folder icon has a small zip here on the left side. To extract these, we're going to right click, show more options, hover over 7-zip, and then click extract file, and then click extract here. Now when you extract your files, there are a couple of formats your games can come in. Most likely they will come in a .bin and a .q file, or a combination of .bin and .q files. These will work just fine. It is also possible that they come in a .iso format. This will also work just fine in Ymir. You will just need to first extract your files before you can get them in Ymir. Now once you have your game files and your BIOS files all set up, we're now going to install Ymir. We will first need to extract it out of a zip file. Again, we can use 7-zip here, right click, show more options, 7-zip, extract here. We're then going to be looking for our ymir.exe file. We're going to be double clicking this. To install Ymir then we have two options. We can either use the installed home directory, or we can use a portable directory, which will basically install where you opened up Ymir. So in this case I'm actually going to be doing the portable directory, so it's going to install in the folder that I have Ymir set up. However, if you'd like to do it directly in your app data files, you can simply click installed. Otherwise I'm going to be using the portable version here. Now that Ymir is open, it will say we will first need a valid BIOS file, which we've already talked about. This is the BIOS files that we've downloaded a bit earlier. Place it directly inside your BIOS folder for Ymir, depending on your install location. You can click this blue link. We're then going to be locating to the BIOS files that we already downloaded. We can simply copy paste the BIOS files that we have into this folder. And upon doing this, you should notice immediately that Ymir will now give us this pop-up where we'll need to select the language. So here with this setup, we will have two options. One is we can connect the controller, and some controllers will automatically map and work inside Ymir. So for example, I have an Xbox One controller connected here, and you can see as I move around, it will work directly. The second thing you can do is use your keyboard, and here you can use the WASD keys to move around. Now, if you do want to see the keys that are used for your keyboard, we will look at setting them up a bit more in detail later. We can come to settings, input, click configure, and here we can see how the controllers are set up. So A is set to the J key, and you can go through and see, but for the moment we're looking for WASD as our main things. So here we can click our language, click exit. You can then set up your date and time. It should automatically grab your Windows time. Again, if you're happy with these settings, click exit. And now we should see this screen for our Sega Saturn. So from this point, I already mentioned the controller settings a bit earlier, but if you would like to edit and see those again, we can come up to settings, input, again coming to input again. And here we can set up our port 1. We can set up the controller that we want. Just leave it as a standard controller unless you want to select something else. We can click configure, and here we can see all of the key mappings, and you can adjust and make any changes that you would want. So for example, if you'd like to remap a key, you simply click it, click a button on your keyboard or controller, and then you can remap it. Once you're happy, click the X button on the top right. You can also set up a secondary controller here. Again, you could select another controller pad, click configure, and then select the options that you want for this. Underneath the video option, there are a couple of other things that you might want to take a look at. Force integer scaling. It can already make your games look a bit better, so it's the first thing I'd recommend doing. If you would like to force a specific aspect ratio, you can set that up here. I usually leave this by default as it can cause some stretching depending on the aspect ratio that you select, but here you can force a specific aspect ratio if you would like. We can enable full screen in this emulator, which will automatically bring us to full screen. I'm going to be turning that off for now, which will set up full screen immediately. You can also enable the double click to toggle full screen, which is my preferred method, so you can easily get in and out. Now you can enable some additional enhancements here. You can enable the interlaced video and transparent meshes. Both of these can make your video look a little bit better. However, they can come with a performance hit, so depending on your system, you can try to experiment with these on and off. The last thing I wanted to show here are the hotkeys. Here we can see a lot of hotkey options, including taking screenshots, ejecting the disk, and a bunch of other things. However, there are a couple of things underneath the emulation tab that you might find interesting. For example, increase the speed by 5% if you want to speed up the emulation in certain games. Pause, resume, or even rewind the emulation. It might be worthwhile to come in here and see what hotkeys they are available and see if there's anything that interests you, as there are quite a few cool options here. From this point, we're now going to be loading a game. To that, we're going to be coming up to File on the top left, Load Disk Image, and here we're going to have to locate to any game that you want to load. I'm just going to be loading Castlevania as an example. I'm going to be selecting the ISO file, click Open. Our game should then load, and we should see our game should load immediately. I'm going to be double clicking to put this in full screen, and now I can use my controller or my keyboard to go through and play my game. Now sometimes when trying to load a game, for example File, Load Disk Image, again selecting my Bomberman and click Open, the game might not directly load. This occasionally happens. I cannot tell why it happens sometimes and not always. If this does happen, you will need to select the Start Application button here on the top left, and then your game will load like that. Sometimes it will load immediately, other times you'll have to click the Start Application button. It just depends. Sometimes it will work immediately, sometimes not. I have not found a consistent way to get either of these methods to work. Anyway guys, just like that we have set up and we can play Sega Saturn games on your PC. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're new, check out the other videos on the channel. Until next time guys, as always, keep it saucy. Peace.